Here, red is run.
So, good evening and welcome to Thursday, July 11th, 2019 Selectmen's meeting. Let's all stand and say pledge allegiance to the flag. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We do. I spoke with Tim on the way in. We started set up and everybody's got an email on how to access it. And that will be the selectmen's copy or we're at a meeting, we need a copy of something printed out. We'll be connected up to use our cell phones.
Is that one?
Probably. That's a whole lot of stuff.
I'm just surprised.
They'll use it.
Because we used to send it to Washington.
Have two models alike.
So the first thing on our agenda is we weren't here last week, so put it back on. Let's paperwork review first. And then we have employee performance reviews, which would be non-public. Sure, Ms.
Make a motion, we go into non-public for RSA 91A:3 personnel evaluations.
And I'll second that. So a motion and a second. Roll call.
Constantino, yes.
Dawson, yes.
Log, yes.
Chessman, yes.
Scanlon, yes. So moved.
Okay, we are red is on.
But not.
I'd like to make the motion to seal the minutes of the non-public session as they pertain to personnel issues permanently.
We have motion and second to seal the minutes permanently, as just stated. It's verbiage. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? So moved.
So you have a report from Tim Pearson, an update. And item number 4, he would like your approval to give him the authority to negotiate LP gas prices. And he's provided a motion. Would like to get that approval tonight.
I'll make a motion, we instruct the finance director to negotiate the rate and terms of the town's LP gas and electricity supply agreements up to 24 months in term, providing they are less than the current contracted rate, and furthermore, that we authorize him to execute the necessary supplier agreements.
Second.
Motion second. All those in favor say aye.
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 Opposed? So moved. Unanimous.
Thank you. I also have a warrant here from the Deputy Town Clerk Tax Collector. She would like you to sign off on. It's a warrant for unlicensed dogs. She'd like to get signatures on tonight.
That's
not funny to you.
Done.
S-U-N.
The swoon.
The swoon.
I also have finally the agreement for the pole attachment from Consolidated Communications.
Oh,
They
yeah,
only gave us one line for signing.
that's all right.
There are 2 places that it needs to be signed.
Who's read it?
I have, and our insurance company has.
And they're okay?
They are.
I'll make motion to supplement our authority to sign this document to the chairman of the board of selectmen.
Second.
Motion and
Take one.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? So moved.
It doesn't change much from the original.
It did in that
Just
it
in terms
reduced
of
the life coverage, yeah. And we did reduce it down, and then Primex provided some backup coverage, which got consolidated to routines. You know, basically putting them in second position if there was ever a claim, putting Eversource in second, yeah, it's Eversource in first position. There was a letter in your FYI file from the governor. He is having an information session, and he's invited one elected official to attend, if anyone would like to. If you would, let me know, and I will RSVP. It's on Friday, July 19th at 10 o'clock in
But
in the letter, it was basically going over the budget, what's happening.
how many people are going to be at this?
Well, if he's invited
One
one
from
selectman,
every town,
from that's 234 cities and towns.
It's gonna
Just
be a
trying to
cattle
get-
call.
Right, I was just trying to get an idea of what exactly this
I'm
is.
guessing we're talking partisan event.
Right. I have the wetlands permit application, which Dari helped me with, and I did get some help from Chuck and Kathy Mitchell as well. I need to have, it only has one signature on it, and after you sign off on it, if you decide to sign off on it, it will go to the Conservation Commission for Monday night. I timed it so that I could get it to them.
This should have 3 documents. It's our own document. Oh no, this is DES.
Yeah,
This always only has one. And what is this for?
it's for being able to go into the river and pull the rocks, or the capstones out of the water.
For the island.
No, not for the island, for True Green.
Oh, for
This
True
is-
Green.
Yes, that's what.
True Green. If you said
What do we-
conservation, I was somewhere else.
Catherine, when we get the permit, we'll do those.
Okay, well this is, this is not one else separate the authority to sign this document to the chairman of the board of selectmen.
Second.
Is that?
Oh, what am I good?
That's
Aye.
the state.
Aye.
That's always.
All those in favor, aye.
Yes.
Done deal.
Wanted to let you know that we came up with this idea of having part of the 150th celebration tulips or bulbs in Tilton planted in the fall, 1,869 bulbs as you come into Tilton in various places, and having them come up in the spring, which would be really just
And
very...
we'll have a tulip festival
And
or
we will.
whatever.
We're going to have some kind of a festival or a spring event. But Franklin Savings Bank has generously underwritten the cost of those bulbs.
Wow. Yes. And who would, now I'm not planning them. Who?
Well, I've already talked to the Tilton School, and they've agreed to plant them along the wall as you come in. I've talked to Kathy and Chuck Mitchell about getting the Conservation Commission involved, thinking that it would be kind of neat if we had a workshop before the planting to teach people how to plant bulbs. And I'm going to talk to the schools. Franklin Savings Bank is already going to volunteer their Smile Squad, to help plant,
And a squad for that.
apparently.
Nice.
We need to pick locations.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that would be wonderful. I think that's wonderful.
That
And
is-
we need a motion to accept their generous donation.
I wondered about that
We
because
do
there's
that in
sponsored.
other circumstances.
This is where taking money in, it needs to be, does it have to be,
Yeah, but I
does it
would
have to
think-
be it's worn then, so it must be worn.
Oh,
Has to be worn.
It must be worn because it's more than 500?
Yeah, it's not.
200.
Either way, could I make a motion to?
No, it has to be worn.
It has to be, you have to put it on the agenda next week.
Okay. Oh, yeah, all right, yeah. True enough. We could put that
Next
on
week.
and accept it next week.
Winnisquam paving, Winnisquam Market paving. Peter, I know, met with Chris Harris, and Peter, I didn't know if you wanted to share the results.
Well, let's see, we had a project. We had an add-on here, an add-on there, here an add-on, there, add-on everywhere, an add-on. Well, we added the 2 cutouts. On the Winnisquam Marine end, we did additional work outside the scope from the original, down at the market, around the market we did, past the market. And then on top of it, the asphalt escalation from last year is about $2.58 per ton higher than last year. That's
$2.58.
Yeah, it's, yeah.
Not $2.58 like they.
No, so if we were at $75 and you'd add the $2.58, be $77.58.
Okay.
So, based on that and being told to do it, I don't see how we can say no to the bill. So, I say pay it.
Second.
The motion second to pay the bill. All those in favor of
Discussion here. We had stuff outside the scope of work, and I would like to know what, if any, plan is in place to. I mean, it was kind of like a surprise to me. The town administrator, I guess, or the DPW guy says, yeah, go ahead. I would prefer that if we're gonna expend town money on extras, we should at least know about it. I really hate surprises.
It would have been nice to know ahead of time, oh, by the way,
There were some decisions that were made outside of boards that increased the cost.
And that's what
We
I'm
made
saying.
some of our own.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm
Others
saying.
made that we didn't have any say in, shouldn't have taken place.
Yeah, best guess at the time, and probably exactly what we would have done, but I'd like to know later on.
But we did get what we paid for.
Yes,
It does look good.
yes, we got what we paid for, or what we're going to be paying for.
Oh, speaking of which, on that, when are we gonna stripe it?
That's a good question I was asking. Right.
The parking?
It hasn't been striped yet, according to
Winnisquam?
Yeah,
Oh, it's,
no, the parking.
It's parking
So
on the side.
All the parking next to the highway, the
Has
left
not
side.
been striped. It should be striped according to the document we paid.
okay, so just as a.
There's like 10 or 11 parking spots, I think, that need to be remarked.
So,
We discussed this
Yes.
before, and
Yes.
there was a confusion as to which was the actual thing we were waiting to get. I think for us, as well as them, or somebody to come up and present something that we say, yeah, that's what we approved.
No, I handed him that night the document that we paid, was Mr. Bernier? We paid him to put in the parking, most efficient parking along there, make use of spaces and compliance with curbs and whatnot. I handed that to him. The only exception to that drawing was, and we explained it, we hadn't reclaimed our land on the lakeside, and that we had eliminated at least 2 of the spaces on the far south side so the boats could make the turn.
West side?
West side, thank you.
so,
So we weren't waiting for anything. You had all that information.
who's he? Kevin? So,
I don't know, we made a copy of it.
okay, so we came in front of the board because there was a lot of angst between Winnisquam Market and the property owner. And we were trying to solve for that problem. And what you agreed to, and I'll go back and find the minutes, but I remember this very clearly. You directed Kevin to do the 2 parallel parking spaces, which he did, and then the spaces in front of Winnisquam Market, and then one of the selectmen, and I don't remember who, asked me to direct Winnisquam Market to take the parking sign off the building, which I did, which
I
they did.
brought the parking sign up.
And that happened.
Yeah.
We talked about the two do not enter signs on either side, moving it back, and you said, no, leave them where they're at. And that was it.
But I think that probably the board was under the assumption that when it came in, we had some variables, new variables, that had to do with just that area, that didn't affect what had already been done beyond that to the west.
All these parking spots should have nothing to do with any problem between the
Right.
restaurant and
You
the
can note
property, because
that.
it's on the,
I wasn't, I thought that was it, we were done.
Let's
Oh,
just
no.
do it now.
Okay.
Now, you just do it now. He has, like I said,
Okay.
we paid to have that
Yeah.
engineered.
between the plan and Google Earth.
And I think that there were no complaints down there with it. I think they were all very happy.
Yeah.
with it.
Very happy.
Should be happy. Just take it.
Just-
Yeah.
Right now, it's more Wild West because you don't know where to park. Some park
Yeah,
on the
it is
right,
nice.
some on the left.
Okay, I will ask Kevin to, and he has those plans.
He has the plans.
Yeah.
I have another
These are
copy.
based on the plans, be specific which plans you are.
DF Bernier.
The TF Bernier, the engineer, we paid. And
And I've seen
you see, I gave him the document, it says right on
okay.
it, what it was, right.
Just wanted to mention to you that I did go back to Primex about, I had asked you at an earlier meeting if you were interested in doing any kind of goal setting. And Primex said they would come and do an evening meeting with the selectmen if you were interested in doing that. And so just, you know, what are the goals that you have as a select board for the next year, 2 years, long term?
So this probably makes sense. If we don't even have a list, how are we gonna
Well, they
communicate to Primex?
basically, they come in and it's a brainstorming, it's a
Okay,
discussion.
well, I like stories.
Yeah, but, you know, you don't have to, I just thought it was a great idea to do this.
Yeah, no, I do like those kind of, let's figure this out.
Primex does a good job.
So, if you like that idea, we could do it sometime in August.
I do.
All right, I'll see what I can set up. It would take the whole selectmen's meeting,
Really? 2 hours.
2 to 3 hours.
It's a training now.
So would this be like a selectmen's meeting still? Or is this a workshop
The workshop.
in lieu of meeting?
I think it probably would be a workshop.
But if we're all going to come together and make any kind of decision, it has to be a meeting,
It should be a meeting.
described as a workshop.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, be posted. All right, and then I just wanted to give you an update on the interviews. I briefly talked about it earlier. We had some good interviews. We have got some good candidates. They're coming back next week for a second interview. Question for you. Do you want, after we do the second interviews, us to make recommendations to you and you do the final interview, or do you want us to come back? Tim and I are doing the interviews. Or do you want us to come back to you with a recommendation? Do you want, there was a discussion at some point in the past about having planning involved. All right, so that's just looking for some direction on this particular position. If you want to do the final interviews, or do you want us to make the recommendation to you?
I personally can answer that question better if I knew what kind of questions are asked, not necessarily their answers.
Candy, yes.
She said
So,
she would like to know what kinds of questions they were asked. And so I don't have the questions in front of me. I can tell you generally, we're looking for somebody who's going to be a good fit for this community, this office, this building, the people working in this building. We're looking for someone, so we had questions that tried to get to that. We obviously looking for somebody who has some background and experience in this particular area, and all three of the candidates do.
How much did you focus on the experience part?
Quite a bit. We asked questions like, just like we did with they were pretty much the same questions that we asked in the town planner interviews. So it was, you know, questions to get to their understanding of that department.
The knowledge.
Yeah.
How is it that Tim was doing the interviews for town planning? Finance, IT,
Yep.
I don't see any crossovers there. Not that Tim's not a smart guy or whatever, but why? Just out of curiosity.
He was involved in the town planner interviews as well, and
Why?
Because
He's weaseled his
because
way in.
no, he's a department head.
Yes.
Because he has some past experience in his IBM job with some communications. There are-
What does he
so
know about planning?
We asked him to get involved with, the hiring of the town administrator, with the hiring of the town planner. He's a department head, and he will be working closely with that person within the town hall as well. And he has worked in town hall for many, many years and would know the fit that we're looking for, as per se, Jeannie is new. And we wanted somebody with a little bit more experience with the town hall experience.
But who in town hall is a department that has any experience with planning?
Right. So without, you know, Dari was involved in the town administrative selection with Tim, Gail, and Joyce. And then now we don't have the availability of Dari, so it would be Tim. And
Okay,
so,
that answers my question.
Yeah.
and he asked good questions relative to their technology expertise.
I'm sure he did.
yeah,
I just wanted to know how that happened.
He was curious.
That just seems to be a continuation of what happened when I wasn't here.
right.
It's all right.
That's kind of what
Just wanted to know. I was missing for a while, so.
right, so that's kind of where we were at, Joe, with the department heads.
And that's it for me. I have, does somebody have the wetlands permit application?
I think it's in the black hole.
It's all done.
It's sitting right there in that
It was
stack.
only one of those ones.
Oh, it's only
Single
one.
page, single line.
Should be right on the bottom one.
You guys signed the payroll? I got this one. I am now sitting in the black hole.
I shuffled it to John, but now.
Anything else, Steve?
Yeah, there's one other thing, and that is I think this is probably a non-public. This has to do with the housing standards ordinance. And I think it's a discussion this board needs to have about that issue. Because I've gotten some feedback and feel like I need some direction.
How was that non-public? Using names,
Yes,
Okay.
potentially legal.
So before we do that, we're going to do selectmen reports.
Yeah.
It was done with, so we do that. Everybody's Okay. Go ahead, Ben.
That's something. I came across the other day on Facebook two, I think, fourth graders, Southwick School, passed my phone around. They made a lemonade stand, and they created this lemonade stand with the help of the little boy's father. But what's interesting with the two little children is that since the spring they've been bugging their parents to do this, and what they wanted to do was to create the stand, and all the donations each night were going to go to a different non-profit organization. So it just caught my attention because it's in my neighborhood. And I think that we really need to promote this kind of awareness in our community, that youngsters this age are doing this for other people in our community. And I just was wondering if the board, I mean, these are 3rd and 4th grade children. The first night was awareness for autism. All their profits went to awareness for autism, because the young man's friend has autism. And then the second night was Every Child is Ours, and they're picking a different charity every night. So I was wondering if the board, they have no idea that I'm even bringing this up, but I'm just wondering if there's something that we could do as a select board, that a certificate or a community awareness or community, some type of letter of accommodation or something, that we can invite them to the board and say thank you for doing this in our community and giving back very special something to our community.
Community heroes?
Something like that. I mean,
Kids and heroes.
I'm sure that Jeannie can come up with something, but I mean, we often hear about the kids that are breaking things or smashing things or throwing something or doing something or drugs or whatever, but we don't really hear about things like this. And they're sitting out there in weather like this from 5 o'clock to 8 o'clock at night every night, collecting money in the old on Cedar Street, and collecting money for lemonade,
Well, if we
making
get out of here
lemonade,
early enough,
collecting
I'll
it.
go over there and buy some.
It's a great idea, but we also should do something to help make people aware that they're there.
We
Yep.
just did.
Well, how many people are gonna want
So,
this?
Actually,
they're not there tonight,
you-
by the way, they're not there tonight because I asked. But I got it and I spread the word. I shared it on Facebook, and the people are showing up now, and they're spreading the word by Facebook. And if Facebook is not the answer, something has to happen and say, these kids are doing this from 5. I mean, it's hot out there, and they're sitting there doing this. But I think the Franklin Animal Shelter is the next charity. Don't swear by it, but that's what it is.
Something on the website.
But I would like to invite them, if permission by the board, if we could do that, just to say, kids, we really appreciate this. This is special. Anyway, are we okay with that? Invite them to a select board. I think that's a great
A
idea.
little commendation or something.
I'll send you their names. Great.
Good idea.
Thank you, board. That's, other than August 10th is the senior center yard sale. If anyone needs a table, contact Emily LaPlante at the Tilton Senior Center. Other than that, I'm good.
When is that?
August 10th.
Next.
Oh yeah, coming up the end of the month is the household hazardous waste pickups. There's back-to-back Saturdays, different locations. I think we have it on our website. Trying to see. You got drop-offs one weekend, Belmont, I think it's the fire station for 140. Franklin, DPW does it, other spots around the Lakes region. That's all I have. I'll get back to you if I find it.
Go.
Yeah, master plan. We had a couple of planning board work sessions to start to update the master plan. We're working on the vision statement, but part of that is a questionnaire that we currently have one on our town website from the last master plan. We'd like to update that questionnaire, get the new one on there, generate a little enthusiasm. I figure I could get in touch with Donna Rose and talk about master plans, and maybe she could write something. I bring this here to inform you of that. Find out if you had any questions you would like to see. I know Catherine's worked extensively on this and probably has questions and everything else maybe, but we'll talk about that. But just so you guys would know. Now, I also would like to know if there was any kind of budget for a mailing, to mail these questionnaires out. I'm the messenger, not
Planning board?
that's correct.
Don't you have a budget within the budget?
Not for this specific project.
Not for this kind of thing. We don't have anything specific to that.
What's your estimate of cost?
We don't have one. That's because I need to ask what is our current rates of postage down on the machine. Is it
It's 50 cents to mail.
a card? Is it a letter? What's the difference? A card is going to be better, I think.
Card is cheaper, which goes to the post office.
We have before. We have before. We ran all our own recycling postcards. Yeah. So I would like to get information on our basic mailing rate, the amount of residences to send them to. I mean, Joyce had a list at one time, because we did a whole bunch of mailings for like recycling and whatever. So I know the information is somewhere.
You can just, Cindy can produce mailing labels, just
Yeah, but what does it cost? Where does the money come from? And that's why I'm planting seeds. I'm planting seeds here. I'm planting seeds. She's not listening. She's gonna say she didn't hear me. Okay.
I'm still on the bulbs, Joe, okay? I'm hung up on the bulbs
You're on
right
the
now.
bulbs. So I'm just planting seeds here to get some costs to find out, so we can find out what's most cost effective. Because we want to do this properly, and this is part of it.
which master plan was it?
I want to say we're working off the 08 or 09.
It's never accepted.
I know it wasn't,
Why
but
don't you start with 1994, that was,
that's like completely antiquated. At least we have
have you ever read it?
a
It's not
start.
antiquated.
I've read it. I've read it. We're doing it, then let's just stick with that one and we won't do another.
Well, no, my point is that we have master plans that we paid thousands of dollars to have experts create that we're supposed to update. And we have, I don't even want to go through how many times laymen have tried to update the 1994 master
That's where
plan
we're at now.
without success. And
Yes.
we're working on a document
Which leads me
that I
to,
think was rejected by the Conservation Commission, who wrote the water portion
Yeah.
for one of the
yeah,
attempts.
yeah.
So we have all these failed attempts that we keep working on.
So with that
Seems to me if you
segue,
take this good group
all right.
and talk to, I wonder if the fellow who actually wrote this thing.
That segues nicely into my next thing, which is when Sandy and I were working on this before. I don't know, we 10 maybe. We were talking with Dave Jeffers over at Lakes Region Planning Commission. We're a member of Lakes Region Planning Commission, and they provide us with various professional expertise things. So we would like to get permission from the Board of Selectmen to approach the planning commission to find out what help is available to us.
Good idea.
All right, so, I mean, that's where I understand, and get them to look at whatever we have. We have lots of versions, and help us get through this. You've got a lot of information, and I know there's several pockets of information out there as well, and and hopefully,
I just know it's not a document maybe we should create.
no, that's what's the problem Sandy
One
and I
thing to
had.
provide correct, updated information, but it still needs to go to an expert, even if you provide that.
The form, and yeah, no,
Yeah.
absolutely. So, with your permission, the chairman of the board,
I wholeheartedly.
planning board, I should say, is going to be in touch with Lakes Regional Planning Commission, not to contract work, but to find out what's available to us, and what, if any, additional funds and monies might be required to get that kind of help.
I also talked to the state office, what are they doing?
Strategic initiatives, that's
That's
what,
the old one.
planning. Okay, so, all right, I'm gonna pursue that a bit. See what- Well, it's not just me, but I'm the selectman's ex officio, so I'm bringing back stuff from the planning board, and I'm done.
Yeah, Brad, you all set?
Oh, come on.
Just,
They can come up with
I think-
$1,000 things, but they'd be so minuscule.
we weren't here last week, but in the last 2 weeks, we've actually had quite a few things going. I want to thank all the people who showed up for the time capsule, and I want to thank the Tilton Northfield Old Home Day Committee for working with us on the parade. And it's been quite the adventurous 2 weeks there. We've got some great things coming up with Onions sponsoring, I believe it's the Tube Regatta
Yep.
on the 29th or 30th, somewhere on Saturday. I'm hoping everybody will take part in that because they're also have really great prize. I believe it's a trip to Bermuda. Check out to that. However, you have to dress up as something of 1860s, some kind of garb. And not only do you have to do that, you have to float down the river.
Then there's an application process.
So, an application process and entry and all that, so look into it if anybody's watching
That
this. It should be,
information's on the town website, is it?
yes, you can find that on the town website.
Mr. Chairman, it's on July 27th.
July 27th.
I didn't know what they think.
Go ahead, Joe.
I just want to say that we had the first concert at Island Park. We had the first concert in Island Park this past week. Big success, a lot of people. A good time was had by all. They're going to be doing them every Sunday. It's supposed to be nice weather this week. Come on down. I don't know who's playing. Get out and enjoy your community.
That's it.
Down, down,
So,
down.
I'm going to make a motion to go into non-public as per RSA 91A, colon 3, paragraph 2, would be E, any claims or litigation public or filed against the body as well as C, matters that are discussed in public will likely affect the reputation of any person other than a member of the body or agency itself unless the person requests an open meeting. This exemption shall extend to any application for assistance, tax abatement, or waiver of fee, fine, or levy based on inability to pay or poverty.
Second.
Roll call vote.
Constantino, yes.
Awesome, yes.
Bog, yes.
Jessamine, yes?
Scanlon, yes.
Okay, We are red is on. I can make a motion to seal the minutes of non-public session as they pertain to legal matters until such time as those matters might be decided upon. Resolved.
Second. Ask about that. Because I've got to,
Nothing disparaging.
yeah, no, I'm just, because you corrected that you were making a change to the definition of like clarify. So it's going in the housing standards ordinance, correct?
No, it can't.
So it's
Not
wrong.
at this point.
It has to have this process, there has to be a public hearing.
Okay, so at this point, from the non-public that we just had, where's this language going that we just, nowhere? We just didn't
Where?
understand.
We need to be comfortable with the definition. We need to have a public hearing before we make any changes to the ordinance. And then it can be the ordinance.
For now, we're having a stay.
That was a direction. That was so that I want them to direct me as to what they want.
Until, okay, until such time as
Right.
all the matters are resolved.
That is still something.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye. Mr. Chair, motion to adjourn.
Second.
I
All
know
those
this
in
was
favor
not
say aye.
debated.
Aye.
Aye.
That's all, folks.